I get to tell my story, and even happier that I get to give credit to the people that really deserve it. And I knew I had a choice. I could get bitter and angry, or I could get busy. I've made my living from my body. I've had a high quality of life because of my fitness. I've been active my entire life. I've been very consistent. So I've enjoyed this wonderful, healthy life. And when I was hit by the car on October 3rd, all of that changed significantly. I didn't expect when I left home that Sunday morning that I wouldn't return for almost 6 weeks. I never thought that I would spend my vacation in the intensive care unit. I left home, leaving my driveway in this very bright pink jersey, and my neighbor across the street said, "No one's going to miss you today." And I didn't know how prophetic that comment would be. My plan was to ride 100 miles that day, and so I was charging down a hill to the finish line, coming up on a church, and there was a car coming in the opposite direction, stopped. And I was looking at that car for signs that they may turn. And at the last possible moment, this woman turned left right in front of me. I've heard people say that time stops, and it literally stood still for me long enough to think about my wife, our children, the impact of this accident. I knew that it was going to hurt. And I also knew there was a possibility that it could kill me. I needed help. I really needed help, and I got it.
He was what we consider, a multi-trauma. He had a left shoulder dislocation and a left humerus fracture, spine injury, both ligamentous and bony, not to mention concussion.
And I knew at that moment, as I'm lying on the road with a collapsed lung, a broken clavicle, 10 broken ribs, a shattered shoulder, 4 compression fractures, lots of cuts, I knew that my life would never be the same.
He's got this shoulder that we never thought would actually heal, very badly injured, and we didn't know what function he would actually have with his left arm. What we do for trauma is we go through all of the radiographs that these patients have with a fine-tooth comb. We find things that we would never have found because Rick is healthy, and we found a heterogeneous lesion on his right kidney, which was suspicious to us.
I discovered that I had kidney cancer, and I had a 4-centimeter tumor right on top of my right kidney. So I was diagnosed with kidney cancer on January 31st. Because of the great treatment that I received here, I was not only physically, but emotionally, spiritually ready to take that challenge. February 23rd, I had surgery to remove my tumor, and then was considered cancer-free that day. Kidney cancer was something totally different and unexpected.
Which he never would have known about had you not been in an accident, and was able to address that issue. And it happened to be a cancer.
I was at the mercy of what was going on inside my body. I don't deserve a lot of credit for my recovery. It's the people who cared for me.
He always was positive. Rick was just like, we'll do it. We'll get it. We're gonna figure this out. Yep, I'm gonna be back on my bike. I'm gonna be running, and we're gonna go with the flow, Cindy Beth. We're just gonna do it.
That was a setback, but it was just one other opportunity to rise up and see what I'm made of. I am very grateful for the opportunity to return to UMass. So tomorrow is going to be a special day. It's going to be one of the most memorable days of my life, for sure. I want them to count. I want to look them in the eyes and hug them and thank them.
I always left feeling so good about myself and so fortunate and so lucky to be doing what I'm doing and being able to have met Rick and to have had the opportunity to take care of him as well as to see him today in the shape that he's in.
You know, my caregivers here were a constant reminder of the importance of serving others because what they did was so selfless. It's been an honor for me to be treated here. UMass, it's going to be a part of my life forever. But what I learned in time is that even though our lives can change so abruptly and significantly, they can also improve. We have choices in life, and it's easy to become negative, to complain and find all the reasons why we should be angry and sad. And I really searched for all the reasons to be positive. And I think my positivity was the connective tissue, the fascia.
His positive outlook, despite all of his physical limitations and injuries, has gotten him to where he is today.
So because of my experience at UMass, I'm back. I feel like I'm in better shape than I was before. They were with me during the darkest moments of my life. I mean, they lifted my spirit. They weren't just nurses and doctors and surgeons and personal care assistants, and those are the true heroes. I'll never forget them, never.
You are one of the reasons why we do what we do. You don't remember every patient, but you remember the relentless patients like Rick, and that's how I would describe you, as relentless.
I am where I am because of them, not because of what I've done. That's the beauty of my recovery, all thanks to UMass.
Rick's story about overcoming adversity, recovering from trauma, and dealing with a scary diagnosis of cancer is truly inspiring. And his story really illustrates the depth of skill, the clinical expertise, the compassion, and the commitment of our amazing team of caregivers.
Best place to give care. Best place to get care.